Hi, so time for Q&A. Polygraph is asking, are out-of-body experiences limited in perception? And it's a great comment and question. And yeah, for me, it's actually quite the opposite. It is not limited, but even more enhanced. When I go out of body, all of my senses are much better. It's like really enhanced. You know, what you smell, what you hear, what you taste, what you feel, all of those, even your intuition, everything is much better. So for me, I'll give an example. Like here on Earth, I have myopia. I cannot see into the distance. Like I can read up close and stuff, but the further it is, the blurrier it gets. And if I would have like a text, then I have to I cannot read. Yeah, I'm kinda yeah, and then I have to use my glasses and stuff. So with that said, here on Earth, I'm kind of limited, and I haven't made my vision my priority. So I have like all these things that I'm working with and stuff, and I don't work on my vision here on Earth. But when I go out of body, it gets amazing because my vision is super crystal clear, and I love it. I can see into the distance for miles and miles and miles away. Now, look, for people like what we can see up to a kilometer or 5 kilometers, from what 2.5 miles or so. Like I'm not sure like exactly like how far, but we can see quite far into the distance. And for me, it's really amazing because okay, yeah, I can see far, but now when you're the body, you are the creator, you are the godlike. So whatever you can imagine, you can create. And here's where it gets fun. I imagine, okay, what it would be like if I would look through binoculars. And sure, you get us yeah, I'm seeing, and you can see the distance and like it's zoomed in. So I'm here standing in the body, and I'm looking into the distance, and I can be on the top of the hill or something, and I will okay, and now imagine my eyes seeing much further. And what happens, like nothing changes here, but I can see further. And I start zooming in. I'm just like standing looking, but the view is like clearer, and I can see much further, and it gets better. And I'm like, okay, binoculars, cool. What if I had like telescope vision? And like the big thing, you can imagine how big that can get, and you can see across the whole realm, like thousands of miles away. And if you okay, humans use like these huge telescopes to look into the stars and planets and stuff. What if I had that vision? And all of a sudden you're just like standing here and you can see into the other realms and oh look, there's a person walking up there. You start seeing other beings on other planets like from that. So you can like sort of change your vision because that's how I do it, and it's like really fun. If you live in these like bigger cities and you get on this sort of tall building where you can like see humans that look like ants, oh look, this is tiny little car driving there, cool. It gets fun, like at you looking like so down at just like everything's like super tiny. Now you can make your vision like that, and you like make this sort of telescope vision. You look up, you look at another realm or another planet, and you literally can't see other beings walking there like a tiny little bit, like a dust speck, and they're like walking and moving and stuff, and you just like watching this stuff. So it is fun, but it's not just into the distance. Like I can grab some handful of sand. Oh look, nice sand, and I just see it burst and stuff. But at the same time, I can zoom in, and now it will be under a microscope vision. And now I can see every single speck, every little star, and little crystal and mineral in that like whole handful of sand. And I'm like, this is nice. Yeah, and I can see like in details. Like I can get on the ground and just watch the ground for hours and hours because I will see every single bacteria and little part and like the little cells and stuff. It's amazing. It really is amazing. And you can like zoom in into the like how deep and just expand it. So that's not only where it ends. Now, another thing I do, this is like really fun for me, is okay, vision. I can see like into the distance, I can see up close. What if? And I start piercing through the ground. What would it be like underground? And literally, I start uncovering layers after layers of ground, like deep. Not just like, okay, little speck, look, this here, little rock here. No, no, no. You can like literally see like every single, dirt and stuff. Every single rock, every single root in there. And just keep going layers into layers, as if you would like have, I don't know, like let's say someone makes a sort of squarey part and stuff, and they like shove it down, and they pull out like a few miles of that, and you can see every layer in there. You can do the same thing, not pulling in, like not pulling the part out, but literally like you look at the ground and you're piercing through your with your vision, and you see every single thing. You find all the bones for oil, or like, in the marrow, like all the stuff. You can find like all of the things that were there like for years and millions of years, and you can just like pierce through your vision, and it's amazing how much you can see. Like you can even like, okay, look, I found some oil, and now we're gonna do that. Like in some planets, like oil is valuable as well, so let's get it. Like you can literally be flying an out-of-body experience and stop in the middle of the ocean and go under it, like, into the ocean, like deep inside. Let's see if there anyone's sunken here. Like if you're in like on Earth and you're in a body, you can literally fly into the oceans and go there and like find Titanic or some sunken ship or like some planes and stuff. Like all these crashes, like you can do that, and it's pretty fun. Of course, on Earth, some of these experiences might be limited because they have technology here that like sort of saves them or sort of. And also another thing is you have to focus on reality and exactly where you are in space and time, because you can like, okay, I'm on Earth, but it's like parallel Earth, one of the parallel Earths, and you might not have Titanic there. You might have some other ship. You might have some other stuff. So when you're out of body in different realms, it's easier because there are less limits. Here on Earth, because this place is watched closer, they will make sure that they have plenty of copies, and if we want to explore, it's always going to be kind of confusing, and all of our stories don't match really, because like, oh, I've been out of body, I've seen Earth, I've seen this thing, I've been in like the base and stuff, and you can tell your story, but it's going to be like one of the possibilities, because you don't know which space and time it was exactly, which Earth it was exactly, because they have plenty of copies out there and stuff. So with Earth it's difficult to get like straight stories like match up with everyone else. But if you focus and like get like really working, and then with like follow the timelines, with all the parallels and stuff, if you know exactly where you are and you write it down, and then you keep notes with every single possible copy of Earth and all the possibilities, then you can like track it out. So it's a lot of work out there. But anyway, when you're the body and you're in other realms, it's like much more fun. So example, like just a vision. And now like right now, like, okay, imagine an apple in your hand, and some people had sort of I don't know, like it happens to me. If someone like says lemon, apple and stuff, I feel it in my mouth. Like I feel the taste, and then it's like sometimes it gets sour and stuff, and I'm like, lemons. I feel it, like I literally feel it, because like I have a sort of recall. Now when you're at the body, it gets even better. You feel every single bit of it, no matter what it is, and you can have some like outwardly fruit you've never seen it on Earth. Like, oh look, what is this purpley thing with all like orangey dots and stuff? And you literally can taste things, and it's gonna be like just like find out for yourself. All the tastes are like also more enhanced, and you can like have the sort of recall of a taste, and like compared to every other fruit and veggie and other thing that you're gonna taste in the other realm. It's pretty amazing, because like the taste stays with you no matter how long you eat it. Like right here on Earth, when we chew something, the more we chew, the more like it dissolves and stuff, and eventually it loses the taste. And now it's just like a massive little something that you've chewed down, and like, where's this like yummy thing that I ate? Like the taste is gone because I've been like chewing like 40 times. It doesn't happen on out-of-body experience. I mean, it depends which realm you are and what you're eating, but certain things, like it's like for myself, when I eat, the taste stays the whole time, no matter how long I can chew it and stuff. So it's fun. Smelly thing, like your nose is like smells. It's amazing, because like we can see like, oh, dog has a like really like great sense of smell, and they can like smell out the drugs and different things. So you can like tune it down, like like, okay, let's see, I can smell fresh air, and then you imagine it being enhanced, and now you can smell every single thing around you. Every single leaf, every single like part of the ground and stuff, like everything around you. You can get the very great smell of that, and it's enhanced. It is much more enhanced, and you're like standing here. Okay, what if I expand my like smeller, and you can literally smell miles and miles away from you. As if imagine like you're just like like I don't know like how to explain it, but imagine like a few miles away from you, there's gonna be an animal or a city or something, or a person, someone. And every single person will have sort of a string. Like we have cords connected and something, like people talk like that. Imagine like your smell is a string, and you literally connect it to everyone. And you have like billions of these things connected to the nature, to animals, to people, to buildings. And you can smell every single thing simultaneously, but also separately. And you can like, and you just sort of scan everything just by smelling. You know the cities, you know the people, you know the ground and animals. You literally get it. So for me, like it's amazing how how far it can go. And then another thing, like hearing. Hearing is awesome because in other realms, like okay, yeah, I hear the conversation. Like for people who are here on Earth, depending on how well you're doing with your health, sometimes like we get old and stuff, but you know our senses becomes more and more dull the longer we live, and like if we don't take care of ourselves, so we don't hear that more. Like well, we don't like feel the taste and stuff. When we smell like I've been smoking so long and now I can't smell that thing anymore. Like you know you have a clogged nose and stuff. Sometimes that gets a thing. So on Earth it is an issue sometimes. And when you're in the body, when you're like trying to like have all these experiences, like it's really great because you don't have those issues anymore. You are clear and you can do so much, and it's like for me like it's really fun. And then like you know like okay, hearing, you can hear okay the you know birds tweeting and stuff, like oh look, you know there's like cats eating me out to me, cool, and you like get engaged in what you are hearing. But also just like with like my vision, you can like go through miles and miles away and like you know hear things. So now you're here on the mountain, like away from everyone, and you're going on the other side of the planet, on like or really far into the realm, or like you know depending on what kind of shape and like place you are in, like you know planet or realm or like some flat place, like flat space and stuff. It depends where you are, but you can literally like extend your hearing and literally hear like you know you're in one part of town and you can hear the other side of the world. Literally people talking. Like it can go that far, and every single person talking. You can just sit here and hear like billions of conversations happening at the same time. You can like depending on the realm and how many beings are there, you can literally hear like every single different language at the same time. Oh look, some people are like talking in English, some people are talking in Spanish and Russian and like you know like all these like languages, and you're just sitting here listening, and you hear lots of people talking simultaneously in tons of different languages, and you understand it all. And that's the fun part. Also, like it depends. It depends on like the realms you are and the program you sort of write. Because like, oh yeah, I don't understand languages. So you come in with the belief that you don't understand those different languages. You just know your own, like your native language. And if people are talking in the other languages, you're sitting here, you hear everything, you know that it's another language. You probably you might pick up like, oh yeah, I've heard it. It's just like Spanish or like you know Portuguese and stuff. And like you know you're listening and you hear the different languages, but you don't understand that. But you can rewrite the program and like, okay, everything they say, I will understand in my own native language. I don't have to hear it translated, but I will have the understanding of what you're talking about. And you can hear tons of different languages simultaneously and also understand everything. And it's not overwhelming. It's like just hearing and listening. So it's fun. Another thing that I love is like listening and hearing what other people like talk in their mind. They don't have to talk out loud. They don't have to even share it with someone else. They can just go through the day and like, and in their mind they go like, what a beautiful day. Or like, I wonder if I should make this for breakfast. Or like, whatever they might be thinking. And you're just sitting here and you hear everyone thinking. They don't have to share about it. They don't have to say anything. They're just like talking in their mind. And you perceive everything. And that's like the fun part. Like you can... just imagine all kinds of things. Like, you know, okay, my vision will be through the telescope, through the microscope, and like all of those possibilities. You are the creator. So imagine like you are the programmer, and you can write a program for yourself. Like now I'm gonna enhance my vision by 500 degrees and stuff, and now you can see much further. Or you like right now, oh yeah, on Earth I don't like smell that good, so now I can smell everything. And literally you start like perceiving all these smells. So imagine that you are the programmer or the creator or like however you name it, but you are the one writing the code of what you perceive, of what you see, of what you hear, and how far it can go. You are the one who can enhance it. So you can like just focus on it, and just by focusing on it, like, you know, what does it feel like? Just, you know, like, okay, rubbing my hands, it's nice. You can literally pierce through your hand, and without feeling the pain, you can feel the impact, and what it's like, just like, okay, you can like take a knife and this, and you feel every single bit. You can have blood, you don't have to, like, oh, I'm afraid of blood, so I'm gonna pierce my hand, but there's no blood coming out. And you literally feel the impact, you feel it going through every single cell of your like hand, and it doesn't feel pleasant, like it's, and and you feel the sort of impact and stuff. No blood, no nothing. Like, you create a program. Am I gonna bleed or not? No, I'm not gonna bleed. Will it hurt or not? No, no hurt. Impact? Yeah, I want to find out. And you're the one writing the code. So you create like how far you want to take it. And whatever you want to imagine, like, okay, what it would be like if I had a bazooka or a shotgun, and what if I felt the impact by being shot? You don't have to have holes in your body, you don't have to feel pain, but you can feel the impact of this thing coming at you and like getting pierced and stuff. Like literally, what if we like getting my hand cut off? It's like mad ideas, but you can feel the impact without being hurt or like having the blood and like losing your arm. You can just imagining what it feels like, and like you can take it like really far and deep in any way you want. So anything you can think of, from simple things like perceiving and like, okay, yeah, like the world, the outer world. What about the inside? And you start focusing on the inside, and you can literally go into feeling every single blood cell traveling through your body and focusing on every single one of them simultaneously, and just feel your body like bubbling and stuff, and like everything's moving, and you're like, what's going on now? So you can focus on like every single bacteria in your body and just like take it really far. And whatever you want to imagine, from simple things outside of you, inside of you, like maybe you want to feel like more sexual pleasure. Try that. Like try to enhance it and stuff. There are tons of ways to do that stuff, and for me, like it's really fun. So that just made like my stories. Like, for me, it's really fun exploring. Like maybe on Earth I cannot do certain things, but when I go out of body, it becomes really fun. Of course, it depends on the realms you are, because certain realms out there will have like rules for their own realm. Like on Earth, we cannot fly, we have gravity and other things, and it affects us. On the realms you might end up there, as godlike beings, we're not that affected, but we can agree to the rules of that realm, and we also can get limited. So it's best to, like, create your own realm, or go somewhere where you have more freedom. Somewhere higher realms, or like, with higher vibration, where there's like not much effect. Because sometimes you can try the same thing, like cutting your arms off, like, oh, it's gonna be interesting, let's do that. But you are in lower realms, so you can feel the pain. You can lose your hand. Of course, it's not like, the permanent thing, like, oh my god, I lost my leg. Like, like, I literally had out-of-body experiences where I was shot, where I was killed, where I lost my, like, limbs and stuff. It happens, like, like, it's a common thing for me, at least. And when it happens, I can even be in higher realms, and, like, like 4D dimension. Like, I'm losing my half of my body. Like, I get sliced and stuff, like, oh, my brains, and, like, I can see in detail every single thing. But at the same time, I don't feel the impact. I mean, I don't feel the pain. The impact and like every single detail, sure. The pain is not there, like it doesn't hurt. But you're like, oh, it's not pleasant. Like it's really not the most pleasant feeling. But at the same time, you can literally like, okay, I feel the impact and everything else, and maybe like, okay, I'm done. And you're like, pull this hood together. The other part of the body, or you like, you just lost your arm and you regrow it and you feel every single bit. Like if you've seen this anime called Dragon Ball, there's this character Piccolo. He's this green little character with like these little two things, and he sometimes loses his limbs, but he can regrow them. So like, seeing that in the past, like when I was a kid, I was like, oh, this is pretty cool, and I've tried it in another body. Like, okay, whatever you've seen in video games, movies, whatever you've read in books, anywhere, you can repeat that when you're out of body. It's pretty fun, like feeling like, oh, it's gonna feel like, just to give birth. I haven't done it on Earth. What if it's like, like different than out of body? And like, so you can literally, okay, let's just do that. And you literally have a baby inside your womb, and now you're giving birth. Anything. So like, you can take it as far as you want. You're the creator, you're writing the rules, and you can try it out. The only tip I can give is to try to be in the higher realms, because that's where you don't feel the pain. Because sometimes you can be in lower realms and you can experience a lot. You can have a lot of freedom, but at the same time, some lower realms will have the sort of pain and hurt. Like if you're closer to Earth and stuff, you're gonna start feeling the sort of pulling and heavier and stuff. You might like get hurt. I mean, like like someone shoots you and stuff, and you literally feel the pain and stuff. So it depends where you are, which like it's important to watch if you're higher and like in higher realms and like away from Earth and stuff. At the same time, you can just like sit here like, oh, what if I don't know if I'm in a higher realm or not? So you just focus in and like, okay, relax, meditate a little bit, take a few deep breaths and stuff, and try to lift your vibration. Try to imagine everything around you changing. So you don't have to travel somewhere, you're just like sitting in your own place wherever you are, and you lift up the vibration of the whole realm with yourself, and now you've just moved in there. You've moved somewhere higher where you won't be affected by any pain and stuff. And you can take it as far as you want. You're the creator. So here it is. Here's my story for today, I guess. I'm really interested in you. If you've gone out of body, if you've been astral projecting, astral traveling, if you've gone out, if you had lucid dreams and stuff, what's your perception like? Is it limited? Have you tried playing around with it? Is it more enhanced? Do you feel more? Share your stories. Some people, they haven't been out of body, so they know what it's like. Others get out of body, but they might be limited, and they haven't tried to create new beliefs that they are more capable of. So please feel free to share your stories. Feel free to go in the comments and read some of the stories, because you might have some inspiration, you might get some ideas of what to do next, or you might find some like-minded people. So yeah, please share your stories, and thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. So bye bye. Have a nice day.